Well, the Fed Chair Jerome Powell finally broke the 15-month streak of raising rates during their last Fed meeting. And in this video, I'm going to take a look at how the Federal Reserve's recent decision to pause the rate hikes may affect your decision to buy or sell a home this year. To give you some context, the Federal Reserve's decision to raise rates was primarily driven by the need to control the skyrocketing inflation that was running rampant. In an effort to rein in high inflation rates that were threatening to spiral out of control, the Fed began increasing the Fed funds rate, which currently ranges from 5% to 5.25 percentage points. Prior to these rate hikes, the banks had enjoyed the luxury of virtually zero borrowing costs, leading to historically low mortgage rates. This in turn played a significant role in the surge of home prices during COVID-19 pandemic, as more and more buyers went out and started buying houses because of the low mortgage rates. Month after month, home prices reached new record highs as buyers competed fiercely, driving prices anywhere from 8% to 12% above the list price in San Jose and its surrounding areas. Finally, in March of 2022, the Federal Reserve decided to intervene and put an end to the real estate party. As mortgage rates started to rise, the sales volume and the housing market began to decline. Eventually, home sales hit their lowest point in the last quarter of 2022, with year-over-year sales volume dropping by a staggering 52%. This decline coincided when interest rates surged past 7%. The rapid increase in rates caught the entire industry off guard, forcing everyone to adapt to the new reality of sub 6% mortgage rates. Despite the higher interest rates and rising home prices, there remains a substantial amount of pent-up demand for real estate. Surprisingly, buyers have not been deterred by these factors and continue to write offers. The spring season saw exceptional performance in the real estate market, with buyers once again engaging in intense bidding wars that drove prices up. The limited housing inventory contributes to this competitive environment, as many homeowners who purchased or refinanced their homes during the pandemic secured historically low mortgage rates and are now reluctant to give those favorable terms up. And this brings us to what's happening today. In light of the current state of the economy, the Federal Reserve has decided to pause on further rate hikes for now. The intention is to assess how the economy responds to the current monetary policy. However, the Fed has also signaled that 2 more rate hikes may be on the horizon before the year comes to a close. While this pause might lead to a slight decrease in the interest rates in the short term, a significant decline is unlikely, especially if the Fed follows through with its plan to raise rates twice more. As a result, there's little relief in sight for buyers who are patiently waiting for the right opportunity to enter the housing market. Even a small half percentage point decrease in rates could trigger a frenzy in the real estate market, further driving up home prices, particularly in housing markets with pent-up demand like Silicon Valley. As a realtor, I've been closely watching the market trends, and I see no signs of a housing crash on the horizon. The market remains healthy and competitive, especially here in Silicon Valley. My personal opinion, I think the decision by the Federal Reserve to pause its rate hikes is unlikely to have a significant impact on people's buying or selling decisions. Homes are still selling quickly, creating an ideal opportunity for those looking to sell. So in conclusion, I see a little change in consumer sentiment because of the rate pause. If you are a buyer out there, my suggestion is if you find a house that checks most, if not all the boxes for you, you should not wait to get in, because no one really knows what can happen in the next 6 months. If the rates do come down later, just refinance. If the rates go up, then you already know you locked in a better rate when you did. If you're a first-time home buyer looking to buy and invest at the same time, check out my video on buying a 2 to 4 unit multifamily here.